it's going to take us a minute to get there, but we will talk about Riot changing for the better.
Theoretically.
Those rioters are up to something.
I knew it was coming.
Jeez.
Hey, this is the Gamers 2 podcast, your weekly roundup of news and commentary related to the video game industry and anything else that might pique our interests.
Like everything new with a new year.
Yeah. Which is...
like sand through the hourglass. So are the episodes of this podcast.
I was going to say the video games of our lives.
Ooh. The cutscenes we cannot skip.
Yeah. We're in like the... I don't know, we got to come up with like a term to describe like early, like the beginning of the year, where it's just like dead.
Oh, limbo.
Yeah, it's just like this.
Purgatory?
Yeah, like video game purgatory. We're waiting for the spring releases.
Yeah. Hope.
November.
We're waiting for hope.
Yeah, all the fall stuff has come and gone. Game Awards have come and gone. I mean, there are some other award shows, but...
Right, there's the better award shows.
Yeah.
But those better award shows usually also don't bring an E3 level of hype and trailers around them and announcements.
True.
So that's where we kind of fall out, because everybody got excited, then holidays happened, and now we're just kind of here.
Not in the news, but I want to bring it up because we do bring it up every once in a while. I saw a news article.
I was going to guess horribly off-topic things.
It is actually video game related.
Oh, well. Yeah.
I just randomly thought of it for some reason. I saw a news article that analysts, and I say analysts in quotations because I didn't actually read the article. I just read the headlines, which is, typical.
That's how we do things.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
Analysts are saying that GTA 6 will be out in 2024.
Oh, yeah. I think I heard that same thing because somebody in a Discord conversation was talking about it. They're like, oh, yeah, we probably won't see Red Dead 3 until after GTA 6, which is out in 2024. And I went, what are you guys, stupid? I was like, you're going to be lucky if you see that. What was my prediction year? I think 25 is my prediction year as like the beginning of let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And then it potentially gets delayed to 26. I believe was my prediction year inside of my work group.
Mm-hmm. Which even that is like, that's like, I feel like...
That's optimistic.
Yeah, optimistic is the good way.
I would expect it to almost, because of the way that it normally goes, is they have almost a year's worth of build-up going into a release. So I could almost see them just being, like, going for it and then being like, okay, we need to actually delay it a little bit, and then it either falls into 26 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, still optimistic based on everything else we know.
For sure.
Should we talk about things that are out?
Yeah, like if you, don't want to wait for GTA 6, the 10 years it's going to take, there are, Nate's curated list of new releases that he gets from somewhere else.
Hey, secrets?
Secret sources?
I have sauces.
Ooh, saucy.
And they give me a list of games such as number 1, Super Sami Roll for the Series X, Nico Ghost Jump for the PC, PUBG Battlegrounds has now gone free to play. I'm not even telling you what it's on, just know that it's free to play.
It's on everything.
The Anacrusis on PC and Xbox in early game preview.
Was that the one where you were like on like a ship or something?
Yup.
Okay. I remember that. It's rare.
It's weird. It's weird that you remember that.
Yeah. Because it's not like, it's kind of obscure.
It is very obscure. Number 5, Mushroom Wars 2.
Do you eat the mushrooms?
And then fight?
Yeah, high.
Yeah. Are they the reason you're fighting is because you're fighting over the ability to get high?
Too real.
Out for PlayStation and Xbox, and God of War made its way to the PC. So you can go back and say, boy, a lot.
I saw a Reddit post that was like a screenshot of the IGN. I think it was an IGN review.
I hope it's not the one I saw that has the third bullet point down. Okay, yeah.
It was like reviewers in 2022.
Yeah,
And it
it
was
was because I believe
like
they gave it
the-
a 7,
Yes.
which somehow was a change from the perfect game it is.
Yeah.
And then the third bullet point down was Kratos isn't that good of a father figure, so if you're looking for a lovey story, this probably doesn't work for you. Do you not know what God of that goes back to the whole Cuphead?
Did they not finish
It goes
the
back
story?
To I think it's Kotaku, the Cuphead issue.
Oh, yeah.
Where the intro couldn't get over it, and it's like, oh my god.
Wild.
Yeah, again, do you not finish the story?
Just wild.
I
I heard
it literally doesn't need another review. The
No.
score should be the same. The only thing that you're changing about it is you're modifying your original review to just include how it runs on PC.
Yeah, that
It's
would
the
be
same
it.
game.
Mm-hmm. Which I guess they had an ultra wide support, which
Yeah, and
people
it's
were
like,
thrilled about.
spoiler alert, it runs fine.
Yeah. Crazy.
But hey, this is game reviewers in the year 2022.
Yeah.
That's why you come to us.
Because
The real chads of the game industry.
oh boy, who really doesn't review games?
But his name's Matt and mine's Nate, so not really Chad.
I mean, I know Matt's generally like not a favorable
I don't think Nate
naming
is.
scheme.
I don't think either of us exude alpha male.
No, it's like the Twitter thing. It's like, oh,
Well,
a Matt would do that.
Not
or
that
something.
version of alpha male, I'll say that.
No.
We exude, I will murder you to get what I want. But not,
Don't
Bro.
speak to me.
bro.
Don't speak to me. Don't
Yeah.
even make eye contact.
Did I
Ugh,
just see you looking at me? We don't do that here.
how dare you?
Avoid each other at all costs. The best friend I ever had, I never knew.
Ooh, Ron Swanson.
Close enough. Paraphrased a little bit.
Yeah.
Go for it.
My number one?
Yeah, why not? Of course,
Okay.
you're number one to me.
Oh, okay. Number one. Microsoft and Sony seem to be taking separate approaches to the production of their previous generation consoles. Microsoft confirmed to The Verge that production of all variants of the Xbox One ended in 2020. Sony planned on ending production of the PS4 at the end of 2021, but will continue production into 2022 in the hopes of combating the shortage of PS5s. The company reportedly hopes to produce around 1 million PS4 units in 2022, which kind of makes sense in the fact that Sony doesn't really have a Xbox Series S equivalent. So I guess that's their entry-level console that they're running with.
I don't get it. I understand both sides, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
but only kind of.
Yeah.
I don't get the PlayStation thinking that dissuades the issue of PS5s.
Yeah, they're like, it's dumb.
It's like, hey, can
You know
I
what
get
it
a-
reminds me
can I
of
get
is
a big
car manufacturers.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Or the old, hey, can I get a Big Mac? Listen, actually, this is the only time the only thing working is our ice cream machine.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, that's not the same at all. That's what I got.
The only thing I can imagine is that they have them or their suppliers have stockpiles of the components
Right,
for
but then-
PS4.
Oh, yeah, I guess components, but I also would have thought that they still would have probably had a bunch in warehouses that they were still trying to offload. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't think they needed to keep production up. I would think they would need to just offload supply.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not hard to find a PS4.
I don't know. I mean, I guess well, I get part of the article I read said that there's some stores that aren't selling PS4s. Like, for whatever reason, they're just not carrying them anymore. Although that they are available to sell. But
Well, that's not a PlayStation. Like, that PlayStation doesn't need to make more to fix that.
yeah.
The stores just need to go.
Well, that's a
sell 'em.
Sony issue because like it's not an apple and apples comparison. You know how like because Xbox with their Series S and Series X, you can play current generation games on both consoles.
Sony double shot themselves in the foot, which is the other issue of, hey, we want to do this to help the potential shortage of fives, but also we made it a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Because we didn't plan on putting the PS5 games on the PS4.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I guess we just make PS4s more.
Yeah,
it's very much the old comic strip meme. The people in the office and like, why don't we just make more PS5s and that guy gets thrown out the window?
Oh yeah. Semi-related. Phil Spencer said,
Phil,
that
we doing the politics conversation?
No, I don't think so. It was what was the comment that he said? The Xbox Series, it doesn't have a supply issue. It has a demand issue. So he's saying, like, we're making more consoles than we've ever made before.
But the demand is still too high and we can't keep up with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good wordplay, Phil.
Yeah.
You snake oil salesman.
He is.
He's like, oh. It's actually not that an issue that the issue's not us. It's that we made such a good product.
Yeah.
Everybody wants it.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, they did. It's, it's correct.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong. It's just always the fun way of, watch me spin this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2, Apple confirmed it has removed clones of the web browser-based Wordle from its App Store. The takedowns came after a developer shared on social media how well their unlicensed copy of the game was performing. And this is all what you get when Apple claims to have a closed ecosystem, and it fucking sure as shit doesn't.
I mean, they do.
Don't make me shit on them.
They do.
Don't make me
the
do it.
difference, though.
Don't make me come after you.
If it was on the Google Play Store, it would stay up.
If you bring this up, I'm going to punch that face.
Jesus. I guess we could just keep rolling because there's.
I mean, I agree. They
There's a
both
good
should be
amount.
taken down, and they both should be policed for dumb shit like this.
Yeah.
But it's just funny that Apple, who touts it, allows it to happen to begin with.
Yeah, how does
'Cause
it
you
get
think-
posted
you
in the
think
first
they would have
place?
caught it the first time, not after somebody, not even Wordle developers themselves complaining
Mhm.
after the guy that faked it went,
Yeah.
bro, I'm doing so good. You're like, come on.
I'm wondering if Apple. I'm assuming they probably do like. They don't. There isn't a human beings actually.
No,
looking.
I would assume not. Because it would be way too much money to do it that way and whatever.
Yeah.
They're probably more just doing code review and calling it a day.
Yeah.
I hate Wordle. You've seen this.
We've had totally different experiences with Wordle. I've seen it show up on my Twitter feed twice.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you right now.
I don't even understand what it is.
My favorite part about it is by the end of January, it won't show up anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's a fad.
Yep.
Which is fine. But it'll be gone by then, so I really won't have to worry about it anymore. But everybody and their brother, because every streamer, popular games person, whatever, got into it, and they just post their Wordles.
Yep.
Oh, like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's the same. They're the same people that would hook up their Twitter account to PlayStation, Xbox. You can do this in World of Warcraft. That whenever you get an achievement, it just auto generates a tweet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, I don't care. Shut up.
Yeah.
But that's old man yells at cloud.
Well, it definitely feeds into society's current thing of look at me, look at me, look what I did.
There's been a lot of times where I know it wouldn't come to anything, and it doesn't make me feel, it makes me feel good thinking about doing it, but at the actual practice of doing it,
Mm-hmm.
it's not worth my time
Yeah.
at all. But there's a bunch of times where somebody says an opinion or does either post the Wordle or says something like a crazy opinion I see on Twitter that you can tell they're trying to bait things out of people.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way it is. I haven't had it happen in Discord too frequently, but there's a couple times where somebody says some crazy opinion, right? To use a World of Warcraft example, oh my god, Boomkins are so broken, and I've never been able to play a rogue this entire expansion because they're shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, you're just looking for a fight, but all my response to you is going to be okay. I'm just not going to argue with these people. And so it's like, okay, they post their Wordle, and it's like, okay. Or, oh, here's a hot take. PlayStation's better than Xbox. And it's like, okay. Or Xbox is better than PlayStation. Oh, okay. There's literally no, why am I, none of these arguments are ever worth having. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they are opinions and you're never going to really, if someone's voicing their opinion, you're not going to be able to convince them otherwise.
No, because they're looking for a fight.
Yeah.
And I've voiced my opinion a few times on Twitter. And if anybody had ever bothered to respond to me with anything, like, I just, okay, dude.
Cool.
I'm tweeting to the void. You and I are both in the same.
Yep.
Just, okay.
Okay.
Move along. What about this weird instance? Okay. I don't care.
Life, man. Nuts. Is it me? It's my turn.
Yeah. Yee.
Chernobyl 2.
Nope. That's not the name of that.
Stalker 2. I read what I want, okay?
You also write what you want.
Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Has been... Chernobyl 2 would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Hey, a couple more years. Coming up on the 50th.
Yeah.
Wait.
We got any... What other...
Yeah.
We got some power plants we can melt down.
Electric Boogaloo.
Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl has been delayed from April 28th to December 8th. On Twitter, I'm having like tongue-tie issues tonight. On Twitter, the developer said, quote, Stalker 2 is the biggest project in the history of GSC. Isn't it their first one, technically?
Well, they're probably counting Stalker and then Stalker Complete Edition or whatever. I mean, they're probably counting their first games, but this is obviously their biggest undertaking since then, which means it's their
I thought they didn't... I thought this was like a new studio created.
Still most of the same, but
yeah. I think the group's the same, but the company, I think,
yeah. So, but I mean, it's probably being written by the group's idea or the group's perspective.
Yeah. And it requires thorough testing and polishing. We are convinced that development should take as long as necessary, especially in the case of such a project. End quote. So yeah, typical, game release.
The funny thing was, now I'm interested to watch the game. I probably won't play it if we're being honest. I'm interested to watch it.
It's a lot to take on usually.
Yeah,
they're long games.
And I saw random people coming out of the woodwork being like, "Oh, take your time, guys. Can't wait to play it when it comes out. Can't wait." And I'm like, "You guys never played the original, so are you just hype?" Which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with that, but it's just like it's just weird lately with some of the stuff I see.
I mean, it's probably the same case of like someone like me. I never really played the original. I saw people play it, and then like I've seen stuff online of it, and that's about it. So like,
right, but like we would both be excited to see it, but we're not clamoring for it.
No,
we're just like, all right, yeah, it'd be cool, yeah. But they still also haven't like shown enough in any of their things to really have that hype going around it. At least I think.
No, I agree. I mean, there's just, it is an interesting development to where the group of people who played the original game is actually really, really small, and now for whatever reason the group seems a lot bigger.
Right, and that small group is probably looking around at everybody going, just, who are you people? like
what the fuck? It's that Office meme where is it Dwight? I don't watch The Office, so I don't know. You always see it where he's like, surprised by the girl behind him.
Yeah, Dwight getting surprised by Angela.
Yeah.
I was referencing a SpongeBob episode where Patrick goes back to his house, and there's a bunch of eyes around like the base of his house that are all looking out, and he's just like, "Who are you people?"
Oh, SpongeBob. Never watched it.
Watched a lot of it.
Explains a lot.
Is mayonnaise an instrument? The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. The best part is right after he says that, it's just a carton of milk that tips over. Number 4. Actually, before I even go on to that, I have appreciated more of the hype, but it's always the same thing that every time that there's a game delay, people are like, and I think it's probably you and I are just in a combined older age where we're just like, okay, man. Like, sure, does it suck? And does it potentially spell like commercial issues or potential development issues? But like at the same time, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, 6 games this week? But I've gotten lists up to 20 games a week coming out. Like, there's never a shortage of something to play. And anybody that says there's a shortage of things to play isn't looking hard enough.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, what am I going to do now until December? Oh, I don't know. Play 75 other games before then? Because I know I'm going to. I've already played 10 this year.
Wow. Bragging.
Number 4. Humble is changing its subscription approach from next month on, with all Humble Choice memberships rolled into one for a monthly fee of $11.99. From February 1st, the Humble Choice subscription will give players access to all of the games from the bundle for that one monthly fee. In a blog post explaining the move, the company added that the, quote, exact number of games might vary each month, end quote, with subscribers able to skip a month should they want to, or cancel at any time. 5% of the Humble Choice membership will still be donated to charity. And if anybody's wondering, I'm pretty sure this is the exact damn thing they did before switching to the current model. So,
yeah.
I mean, to a T. You could skip months. You got everything. Amount of games varied.
Yeah.
We're just going back.
What's old is new again.
It's not even that. I honestly think that was the better model.
Oh, yeah, because, like, the beauty of that model was the simplicity. The Humble was the simplicity of just, like, yes, no.
You get some games, you see them, maybe you don't want them, you skip. You know,
yeah.
It's like...
Where with the tiers, it's like a whole thing you got to think about.
Yeah, you're like, do I want to... do I think that only 3 games are worth, the whatever? And, 95% of the time they are.
Yeah.
But I'm a fan.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's a smart decision.
I got a couple... There's 2 bundles on Humble right now. 2 game bundles. There's a Surviving Mars bundle.
Okay.
All the DLC.
Are you sure you don't already have it?
I have the original game and one of the DLCs on Epic for free.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't have all of the DLCs for $10.
Are you going to play the game, though?
No. I'm just saying. I was looking at the... Okay. When we were downstairs, it's the only reason I know is because I randomly check Humble Bundle whenever it's been like roughly 18 days. Because that's about how long they've been running game bundles lately. So it's like, okay, maybe a new one will pop up at random. The other one that's going on right now that I did tell you about is PC Building Simulator and its DLCs. So if you can't actually find a graphics card, you can play a game that makes you feel like you maybe found one. Spoiler alert, they're also sold out in there.
I would if anything, that would upset me more, I think.
How great would it be if you downloaded all the DLC and everything, and they're like, oh, by the way, we still can't find you like a 3070, sorry.
Yeah. I think it would frustrate me more if I played PCs, like Building Simulator or whatever the fuck it's called.
It would just...
And, I would just be like, oh, I can't get it.
Yeah, I just don't know why I would play it. I like the joke, like the meme of it, but I don't know why I would ever play it.
No, I don't.
Like Lawn Mowing Simulator, I understand why I'd play that. Power Wash Simulator, I understand. Farming Simulator, I understand. I don't understand PC Building Simulator.
Maybe it's like that. Maybe people get that same feeling from PC building.
I'd play House Flipper.
There's an electrician simulator I kind of want to mess with.
I debated during the Steam sale getting the House Flipper stuff. Because then I would have, if my computer could have handled it, which it probably couldn't have, I wanted to record us flipping houses. Because the entire DLC bundle was $60. Original game plus every DLC, which was down from like $140, and I was like, "What? Why is there so much DLC for this game? What? I didn't remember this having this much DLC." So
that's where the money's at.
Speaking of money,
China. Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's not really a money story, but. Just China in general.
Yeah, China doing China things, as per usual. Chinese streaming platform Bilibili. Is that how you say that? You think Bilibili?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, Bilibili.
Probably with a stronger, more enjoyable accent.
I'm not even attempting that. Chinese streaming platform Bilibili has announced that it will no longer allow violent games to be broadcast. In a statement shared by the South China Morning Post, the company said that it would ban games that contain, quote, bloody, violent, or pornographic content, end quote, to comply with guidelines laid out by the Ministry of Culture.
Ministry of Culture, right next to the Ministry of Silly Walks.
Yep. Across from the Ministry of Magic.
Ah, yes.
China.
And, believe it or not, the fourth thing in that weird quadrant that they all have offices in, minestrone soup.
Okay. There you go. Now we've lost like 50 social points.
Oh, I was already working with 0.
Well, now you're going to a fucking death camp or something somewhere.
Yeah, me and the Muslims.
What are they call? What are they calling them?
The 2022 version of concentration camps.
They have like a name, like they're oh my god, it's gonna drive me nuts. Not rehabilitation camps, but like
Re-education?
Re-education. There we go. That's the word.
That's an old Rise Against song. That's the only reason I know that word.
Oh, getting old. Knee, leg. Oh.
Re-education through labor?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it is.
That's what's the Rise Against song.
I mean, I think that's...
I think it's on the Savior album.
There you go.
Number 6.
You can listen to some Rise Against while you're working in a Chinese work camp.
Number 6. Take-Two Interactive has announced it has reached a deal to acquire mobile developer Zynga for roughly $12.7 billion. Take-Two is also set to expand its board of directors to 10 members, adding 2 members from Zynga's board. Looking ahead, Take-Two expects mobile to comprise over 50% of net bookings for fiscal year 2023, as well, as a result, wow, reading and burping, terrible things. Take-Two expects mobile to comprise over 50% of net bookings for fiscal year 2023 as a result of the merger, compared to the estimated 12% in 2022. Speaking in an investor call following the deal's announcement, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick said that Zynga's expertise could help drive its free-to-play and cross-platform ambitions and help bring Take-Two's console PC properties to mobile and add new game modes. Because after you take GTA to mobile and try to bring it back, there's only one thing to do and hire Zynga. Which then you expect to somehow up you by 38% of your profit is strictly to mobile now.
This is like, if you think... Yeah, it's just... When I saw the whole, like, the increase in mobile, I was like, oh, we're not seeing anything from them for a while. Because they're just going to be like, fuck this, we'll just make mobile shit and roll in the dough.
Though mobile properties, I assume, will probably be stuff like 2K. Will be one of the early ones that gets moved over.
I can imagine.
PGA Tour.
That would be interesting.
No, it's just a random 2K property. It'd be interesting. It'd be cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I just get more and more depressed every time I see like more and more mobile news stuff, and I see like the numbers for like how much money mobile is making versus like like console and PC games. So I'm like, wow. All right, so
there's too many grandmothers.
I just don't understand who's like, where are they getting this money from? Like who is putting this much money into mobile games? Like who is spending this much money on mobile games? Are you spending money on mobile games?
No.
Naughty.
No, I'm not. I swear, Dad. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. That Pokemon Unite skin was just really good.
If you are spending money in mobile games...
Ultimatum time.
Let us know.
Ooh, alright.
I'm curious. I'm just curious because, like, I know, like, I exist in a bubble. I am a bubble. I have my own bubble. I have my own world going on. And so, like, mobile is so outside of my realm of acknowledgement that I just can't comprehend it.
Can I say I've spent money on mobile games?
Yes.
Not in quite a while.
Yeah.
It was like the beginning of Pokemon Go probably was one of the last times I spent money.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, it was maybe $5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I can like, that makes sense to me. And like, it's just like Pokemon Go is like, what, a couple $1 billion? When like mobile this year was like $93 billion.
Yeah.
I'm just like, where's all, like, I'm sure, I don't know. Whatever.
I think there's part of it probably that comes into those casino apps.
Yeah.
I would be interested to see what the amount of that is versus like what Farmville rakes in or whatever today's Farmville equivalent is.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also be curious if there was a way to be able to do breakdowns of in-app transactions versus paid apps.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there's a thing you can play for free, and you can do ads, or you can pay to get away from the ads, or the game itself costs $4.99. Like, Stardew on mobile is $4.99. And there's no microtransaction inside of it. But is that... Obviously, it's not separated from just the amount of money that mobile makes, but I'd be curious if you remove some of that stuff that is a paid app, what the microtransaction percentage of that pie is.
I would assume it's the majority of it.
I would assume it's the majority, too. I'm just curious by how much.
Yeah.
Like, does it look like Pac-Man? Or does it look like Pac-Man after he's closed his mouth? Is he hungry? Is he full?
All right. There you
Waka
go.
waka.
Good visualization.
It's pretty simple, you can do it with your hands. Baby shark dude.
Oh my god. The Game Developers Choice Awards has announced its nominees. Arcane Studios' Deathloop led this year with a total of 6 nominations. Hazelight Studios' It Takes Two received the next most nominations, up for 5, excuse me. I can read. Forza Horizon 5 grabbed 4 award nominations. Do you care to go through any of them?
Nope.
Okay.
I did watch a speed run of It Takes Two. Interesting.
2 people?
Yeah.
Speed run.
Yep.
How long do you know?
Like an hour or something. Sub 2 hours.
Interesting. Did they skip parts?
Oh yeah. I'll show you a little bit after because there's another game I want to show you from AGDQ that I saw last night and I went, what the fuck is that? It was a rhythm game played on a touch screen. That you touch and whatever. I was like,
Interesting.
It's in an arcade cabinet game.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't exist anymore. That I think stopped production in 2018. So there's a couple places that still have them or whatever. But it's not a continued to be produced game or whatever. And the guy had a cabinet in his house and he was playing it. I was like, I can follow and then I lose it and I can't follow anymore and then I can kind of pick it back up for a second and then I lose it again.
Wild.
Crazy times.
Yeah.
Number 8. Now for the DICE Awards. Insomniac Games Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, watch a speedrun of this too, led this year with a total of 9 nominations. Deathloop, there was a speedrun of that, didn't watch it, had the next most, having earned 8. Daniel Mullins' Games Inscription and Hazelight Studios' It Takes Two tied for 6. Housemarque's Returnal followed with 5 nominations. There was also a speedrun of Returnal.
Returnal's the one that I would have expected it to get more nominations across all the award ceremonies, and it hasn't received a lot.
I would think the same thing, but I would think the same thing only at DICE, not all of them. The only reason I would think of it at DICE is because it's more of a technical thing, I think, than it is a popular game. Where
it's just
other ones are a little bit more...
Yeah.
Like, that's why Inscription also makes sense, because Inscription from Devolver and Daniel Mullins Games has been rated highly by a bunch of people, but it's just not in that same cult popularity level.
Mainstream.
That's the word I wanted.
I assume, like, it was a rough year, so I just figured that those couple games would get the the treatment that
But that's where like stuff like Ratchet and Clank comes back
Mm-hmm.
that people forgot about in the beginning of the year and shows back up. And,
Yeah.
And still Forza getting snuffed.
Yeah.
I will not stand for that. And quite frankly, I am sitting right now.
It's there is a oh my god, why am I having such a hard time thinking of words? There is like a
go ahead.
What?
Well, I did that the other day. I was talking to one of the guys on Discord about if I can't even remember what the name of the spell is now. I'm going to describe it literally what I said to him. I was like, I don't know, the fire skin spell. And he's like, oh, infernal armor or whatever it is. And I was like, yeah, that one. But I couldn't get there. I was just like, fire skin. It's a green button. Whatever that is.
Close enough. Whatever.
Immolation Aura. That's what the name of the spell is.
We got there.
But I was just like, I don't. It's fire. It's green. You want to keep it up and maintain it. Oh, fuck the hell's the name of that spell?
Oh, that's a long one. Riot Games.
Here we go.
Has published a blog post reflecting on the company's future and announcing a new approach to compensating employees, an expansion of its Q-Dodge system, and more. Riot's new compensation model will focus more on long-term achievements rather than short-term goals, awarding a bonus annually when these long-term milestones are reached. The company is also opening up its shares to employees. Quote, "We have also decided to shift our compensation models to focus more on long-term enterprise value rather than shorter-term goals like profitability. Last but not least, our shareholder, Tencent, agrees with our long-term strategy and is giving back partial ownership of the company to Riot employees. Going forward, Rioters will have the opportunity to own a portion of the company along with Tencent and thus directly participate in the risks and rewards of ownership." End quote. Riot also announced a change to its Q-Dodge system, the program which gives employees who have left part of their salary. This sentence fucking kills me. The program, which gives employees who have left part of their salary for a while as they transition to another job, was previously limited to staff who have been at the company for less than 6 months, which makes no sense to me, but whatever. It's now open to all employees regardless of seniority for, quote, a limited window, end quote. Riot's CEO said, quote, "This new Q-Dodge will give rioters who want to exit an opportunity to do so comfortably. No questions asked. Rioters who choose to Q-Dodge will receive 25% of their base salary with 3 months of COBRA benefits where applicable." Yes. Rioters who take Q-Dodge will also receive their full bonuses even if they leave before they're paid out, which is late March in most offices. Also, Riot Games will fully transition to being a product-based organization instead of having separate departments working on all products. It will also introduce flexible working with 3 days in the office and 2 flex days where staff can either work remotely or from the studio.
Thank you.
The blog post did have a few paragraphs about their sexual harassment settlement that amounts, which amounts to them.
That's where they're like, we don't talk about that part.
Which amounts to them saying that they thought it was best to settle the case instead of continuing to pay legal fees instead of the women affected.
Did somebody slap them around and they finally had like a mild come to Jesus moment?
It really seems that way because all of a sudden they're like, so first off, let me run through this. They're moving away from the idea of profitability and looking at long-term sustainability as far as their company goes. Compensating their employees better. They have a program in place if you're not happy at Riot to leave.
Yep.
And they'll pay you.
Yep.
And then, where was the rest of it? Blah, blah, blah. The COBRA benefits. And they're transitioning to departments, essentially, instead of having, like, everyone working on a little bit of everything. They're going to be like, all right, this will be, like, whatever. So, in the flex days.
Which flex days should be mandatory everywhere.
Yep. And then all of a sudden they were like, yeah, we fucked up on the sexual harassment thing. We should have just compensated people. It's just weird. I'm like suspicious.
Those rioters solemnly swear they might be trying to do good.
Yeah, which that makes me suspicious because it's like, are you trying to do a bait and switch where you're like pull the wool over our eyes again?
It's the perfect time for them to do it.
Mm-hmm. With
Blizzard's in shambles.
Someone else is the lightning rod.
Yeah, exactly. Lightning rod. They are the lightning rod. They are taking all the flack because they're a giant pile of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know shit attracted electricity. But good news, people. That's what happens.
It's not grounded till it hits the ground. I don't know.
Yeah. You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So
you're safe if you're shitting while wearing shoes.
At least onto the ground.
Don't think too hard about it.
Until you're... So either way, Blizzard's the lightning rod, and they've been just eating PR nightmares. Riot had it, and then they passed the torch.
Yep.
And went, oh, but Blizzard, and then Blizzard went, oh, shit, and now here they go, and Riot is going, capitalize on their pain and suffering, double down, fix everything right now, because we also have an MMO coming out, we already have the MOBA, we have the better TV show, because Blizzard refuses to make one for some moronic reason.
Ride the wave.
We have TFT, which is pumping, we have mobile stuff. Oh, we have Valorant, so we have a shooter. Take that, Overwatch. Oh, and then we're also bored, and we have an MMO on the way that is being developed by an old WoW lead. We're coming for you. Bang, bang, what up with that thing? I want to know.
All right.
So,
there you go. Hot on Riot.
I like the trajectory after the clear pit we were in.
All right, we got our eye on you, Riot.
Hopefully it's enough for the people that were compensated or everything else that they feel like they've been done okay in light of the circumstances. But
we're watching you.
You're on the watch.
They're on the watch list.
It's not Slump Watch, and it's not in Fuego.
Well, it is Slump Watch.
It's kind of in Fuego.
No, it's kind of Slump Watch.
No, because we're coming off of it.
Okay,
Slump
so they're
Watch
off of...
Slump Watch would have been beforehand. Slump Watch
okay,
is
so they're off of Slump Watch.
Yeah. Blizzard's on Slump
We're
Watch.
watching with interest.
Yeah. But
Blizzard's
they're not,
on
but they're
Slump
not in
Watch.
Fuego
Yes,
because
that's how that
they haven't truly heated up yet.
Yeah, they could be in Fuego.
The moment that MMO potentially drops, they're going to be en Fuego.
Okay.
That's on fire twice.
Ooh.
Nested fire.
All right, there you go. Company Slump Watch is not a bad idea for
Blizzard,
BioWare, EA, Ubisoft. Wait, maybe that's a bad idea because we're just like, list too long.
Yeah, too long, can't compute. Oh, man. All right, number 10. I'm going to do the whole rest of this doc. Here we go.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
I say that with, like, gusto, and I'm going to bow out probably right after I finish 10, if we're being honest. Number 10. The rumor mill be swirling, as mills are known to do. They swirl. Anybody ever seen a mill? Anyway, here's a roundup of some of the rumors. Sony's newly acquired studio, Firesprite, is rumored to be taking over Twisted Metal development, and the director of MotorStorm was hired. Do you guys remember MotorStorm, that game from 7 years ago?
Do you have any interest in Twisted Metal?
Nope.
Okay. Here do I.
I played it a little bit at friends' houses when I was younger, but that was about it.
It's just hard for me to imagine it being relevant, like them making it relevant.
Whatever happened to that racing game? You remember that Arena Racer that they showed off last year? That you ran around, that you became like a vehicle.
Yeah, you like turned into a person.
Yeah. There was all that stuff.
I think that came out.
That doesn't bode well for Twisted Metal. All right, Sony's next state of play may be in February, based on this month's schedule of events and past PlayStation dates. Spoiler alert, they announce everything in February.
There you go.
Hogwarts Legacy is ready to be shown and could be featured at Sony's rumored event that I just said.
I'm sick of this rumor keeps popping up. Like, oh, Hogwarts Legacy ready. It's ready.
Yeah, because they delayed. So now every time there's a press conference, it's going to be rumor.
Yeah.
Quantic Dream is working on a game based on their Dark Sorcerer tech demo. Okay.
Don't remember that.
A user on Reset Era has leaked footage, images, and descriptions of From Software's Armored Core game. Apparently, combat looks very Souls-inspired. Who could have seen that one coming?
On one hand, I have my regular disdain for the whole, in air quotes here, Souls games. On the other hand, the idea of like vicious mech combat obviously gives me an erection.
You need to just go play Metal Wolf Chaos and be done with it.
Okay, there it is.
According to multiple people, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2 will have its name changed if Nate has his way.
That's not a rumor.
According to multiple people, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2 will be revealed before E3 and might release this year.
Is that like a play? Because there really isn't like a traditional E3.
Oh, it would be 100% a play out of their book where they would announce it and then spend their entire E3 window talking about Sims, FIFA, Madden, and like everything that nobody cares about.
Shoot me.
Oh, we're bringing back NBA Live because we can compete with 2K, we swear.
Yeah.
Or they're going to spend E3 showing how they're not ready yet to show you the new Dragon Age and Mass Effect, but here's some concept art.
If we see see concept art of Dragon Age and or Mass Effect again, I will write an angry letter.
Anthem 2? Electric Boogaloo.
You know, at this point, I would rather see that than concept art for Dragon Age or Mass Effect.
I would... Hot take.
Hot take. You know what I'd like to see from
BioWare?
BioWare?
All right.
Maybe Old Republic stuff, and that's it. I'd like to see nothing else from them.
Interesting. I'll pitch two things I would like to see.
Okay.
That. I do agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see specifically we've redone the graphics of the engine.
Okay. That would be awesome.
Like, let's get out of 2012. Here we go. 2. I want to see them announce Anthem returning. Like Anthem : The Return or something.
Anthem 2.0.
Where basically they've shut up and lied to all of us that they're not working on anymore and pulled the No Man's Sky and went to fix the whole thing.
That would be dope.
Not going to happen.
I get, like, that's what I was going to say. I acknowledge that is a Hail Mary.
Oh,
like,
exactly.
that is very much like pie in the sky.
Yeah.
Would be awesome.
Because here's the issue. I enjoyed Anthem.
Yeah.
And it was a terrible game.
Yeah.
It had so many issues, but it also had so much actual potential that it was sucked that it released the way that it did.
If I had to make a list of games that were like, it had the most potential, but was like the worst game, that would be number one.
Oh, for sure. I'm trying to think of what might compete with it, but if anything, it's right at top 3.
Yeah.
If not a clear number 1 whenever I think of the other ones.
Crazy.
Because
the only other thing I think that would be interesting from BioWare is if they announced they were doing like either a Jade Empire remaster remake.
Here we go with the Jade Empire again.
Or a sequel.
I think you should shoot for the remaster.
That's
save yourself.
Yeah, I think you'd have to. If you wanted to do a sequel, you'd have to do a remaster. And I just want them to do a remaster because I want to play the game.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But it's that era of graphics that like it's painful to try to play.
Right. I so badly would love to see and no one's ever going to talk about it, but I'd love to see them pull out Anthem and go, listen, we're working on some other things, but we sent this to our team in wherever and said, go nuts. We sent this to Vince Zampella's extra team and went, please, just
Did I
fix
put
this.
the rumor on here?
We're coming up to a Respawn thing.
Yeah, so maybe I did.
I'll skip to it if you want me to.
No, you don't have to.
But essentially, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
If they kind of went, hey,
They handed it over or tossed it to another team.
yeah, like we need this team to go back to working on the next Bioshock, the next Mass Effect and Dragon Age.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody think they can fix this? And then just kind of give it to a team that had just finished like Medal of Honor, or, finished whatever game they were done with, and gone, let Vince run this because he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And
They would be
it'd be nutty
with like Apex Legends and Titanfall.
Yeah.
Like if they
The
were given
experience with
Anthem,
both of those, they're right there.
holy shit, it would be amazing.
Yeah. So that's I'm shooting the moon.
Okay.
And I want it on record. So whoever's keeping track of things I say on record, add that one to the tablet.
Okay.
Get out the stone chisel. Go up to the top of the mountain. There's a burning bush. Don't kill your son. Just chisel it in the tablet.
Are we throwing the tablets at the
No breaking
Bowl
the tablets.
statue
No,
Okay.
no breaking the tablets. You must keep these ones intact because I need to be able to read them in June.
Okay.
If I forget what I said because I broke them, that's not good.
So that in like thousands of years from now they crumble into dust and they're in the ark and then we can melt people's faces with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Or if you watch it in reverse, rebuild them.
Creepy.
Oh. The things we could do, Indiana Jones. Dr. Jones. But yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing too, is that EA will also tout out Apex. Apex Sims, FIFA, and Madden will be like,
new character in Apex.
play some new material. The Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is going to feature 2 different combat modes, according to rumors circulating online. Leakers are also saying it'll be out in 2023. Which actually doesn't sound like too unreasonable. So, I would guess though it would be holiday of 23 with a push into potentially early 24.
Yeah, I could believe that.
If I had my corporate prediction glasses on, which are actually just they're very similar to the New Year's glasses that have the year for the eyes, except it's just dollar symbols for money.
I think those exist.
Oh, they do. I should wear that anytime we go to a video thing and we need corporate Nate to show out. Those are going on. They're the equivalent of Wolfman.
All right.
They go on, and then I pull out a giant fake cigar, and I go, listen, son, we gotta make some money. So what we're gonna do is revive the corpse of Frank in the basement of Bethesda.
Creation Engine 3.0.
Respawn is reportedly working on a new single-player shooter, and it's not Titanfall. Interesting. And less of a rumor, more of a warning even. More of a warning.
Does it say wanting in a document or just fuck up?
I fucked up.
Okay.
More of a warning. A PS4 build. I didn't Ron Burgundy it. Don't worry.
Okay.
A PS4 build of Horizon Forbidden West has found its way online, so you may have to take extra effort to avoid spoilers. Or if you're me, you won't come across them anyway. No worries.
True.
All right, I'm good, yeah. Like I said, I bow out because now I talked way too much about EA's Anthem hopes and me fixing the company, so.
That's fine.
Just give me Andrew House's job.
Make all that money.
I'm not English enough, but whatever.
Money. All right, so now for our short stuff that we didn't write full paragraphs on, obviously. LEGO has delayed its upcoming Overwatch 2 Titan set in light of the company's gender discrimination scandal.
Just to be clear, I believe that is the gender discrimination scandal happening at Overwatch /Blizzard.
Yep, not LEGO.
Not LEGO.
Not LEGO.
These people don't have genitals. They're all just smooth surfaces.
Sony is pulling PS Now retail cards from UK retailers. The theory is that we're going to see their Game Pass equivalent soon.
Yeah, that would make sense if you're going to do a state of play.
Don't try to put the fucking dots together over there.
That's all I do, Matt. I just see the numbers in the Matrix, man.
Okay, figure this one out.
Okay.
Cloud Imperium Games has said that Squadron 42 is still 2 years away from launch. By the way, Squadron 42 is launching before Star Citizen.
What was Squadron 42?
It was their like...
It sounds familiar, but I don't remember what it was. Was that their...
It was the Star Citizen spinoff that was like a standalone game that I think story-driven, story-based or something.
Oh, was that supposed to be their like single-player thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Why do I have to try to figure that out?
Just because it's in development. Well, Star Citizen's been in development forever. Even Squadron 42 has
right, but
as
the
well.
whole thing, but Star Citizen doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's
So,
why it's coming
The
out
other part
beforehand.
of this that I didn't put in here is that they're already talking about sequels.
Yeah, but that's why it's coming out, because Star Citizen doesn't exist. It's just money pit. It's the biggest black market money shuffle I've ever seen.
Scandalous. Sega has opened a new studio in Sapporo, Japan that will focus on software and hardware production.
Okay. Weird. To be fair, weird.
Okay.
Because it's Sega, you said, right?
Yep.
Hardware.
Yep.
Okay, weird.
Maybe they do like casino shit.
Let's just not sugarcoat it. It's fucking weird.
Okay, it's weird.
When's
All
the
right,
last
I'm
time?
not-
When's the last time? Not that we frequent casinos ever. When's the last time you walked through a casino and went, "Oh, it's a weird Sonic game"? No, you didn't.
All right, you win.
Did you ever hear the rings going off? Is somebody running around the?
That'd be dope. This one made me feel better because I'm not insane. It made me feel like I'm not insane.
Well,
Feel like I'm not insane.
oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Merger and acquisition activity reached a record $85 billion in games in 2021. That's 3 times the deal value of 2020. So there is a lot of activity going on as far as companies buying and absorbing other companies.
I mean, sounds about right. Everything we've seen.
Yeah. Compensation for the 42 highest paid video game CEOs totaled $842 million in 2020. That's not even last year. That's 2 years ago.
Ooh, I got an idea.
Yes.
How about you give me a little bit of that money, and I actually give you good ideas on what to do with your studios?
That's so crazy to me. $842 million.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you the deal of a lifetime, Matt. I'll take one.
You want to know what? Bobby Kotick wasn't even the highest paid one. He was the second highest paid one.
Exactly. I'll take $1 million for the year, and I will consult with all of them. They get me as a deal, group deal.
All right.
It's like a Groupon.
It's $1 million, and then they just pitch you all of their ideas, and you just go yes, no, yes, no.
Can I give more than yes, no?
Yes.
Then yeah, deal.
I mean, yes, no, and then you could be like, oh, I'd change this, change that.
Yeah. Oh, deal. I'm 100% signing up for that. And here's the other part. I'm going to be pissed when they don't listen to me. Because that's what's going to happen. Because just because I said yes, no, doesn't mean they have to listen to me. I'll even give it that caveat. Where they're not locked into listening to me. I'm just telling them what's going to make them the most money. And then they're going to go do whatever they want. They'll take my suggestion and then do it. But I get to sleep better at night.
And then you get to choose 5 projects that you get to take 5% of the revenue.
Ooh, I like that. I'll definitely sign me up for this deal all day, every day. At the same time, they're not going to listen to me because they're going to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Or they will listen to me if they're smart and they'll make more money. But I will be able to sleep better at night knowing I at least got the moment to go, you really shouldn't do this. You're going to catch shit. And then they go, we're going to roll the dice. And I go, Let me know. Let me know how it goes. I'll see you later.
Final Fantasy XIV will be back on sale on January 25th. IO Interactive will be releasing. What's up?
It's still so funny to me
That
they literally said we're too popular. You're not allowed to buy this, and they're going to open it on the 25th. Tell everybody they're going to open it on the 25th. Get flooded for a week and have to shut down again.
Yeah, that's big dick energy.
Square Enix just like.
Are you not entertained?
Do you all challenge me? Do you dare challenge me? What? As the cards dictate, Riot and I will bury you.
That'd be wild. IO Interactive will be releasing all 3 of their Hitman games in one package digitally on January 20th.
Cool.
Disney, Tencent, Lightstorm Entertainment, Arcosaur Games have announced Avatar Reckoning, an MMO shooter for mobile.
I stopped listening when you said Avatar, and then I got disgusted the more you spoke.
So you know how we're talking about MMOs being a thing?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you got to take the good with the bad here.
True.
The bad is this whole MMO shooter, MMO FPS thing.
Which I still want to see a good shooter MMO.
Blue Isle Studios announced an MMO FPS.
Fucking God.
This one's called Leap. It's supporting up to 60 players, adds aerial firefights, and a focus on mobility to the genre's tried and tested mechanics. There's exosuits. That's what your skills are based around, is which exosuit you choose. I didn't really look at it. I saw MMO shooter, MMO FPS, and I was like, next.
Here's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
There's already a game, technically 2, out that dabble in the concept of MMO shooter and dabble in it well. But they were never intended to be MMOs.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to take that and take that entire formula that they exude well and go, let's take that and then outsource it to an MMO company that is like known as making MMOs or just massive online games, and just let them have the IP to do such a thing with.
Mm-hmm.
That game is The Division.
Okay.
It did everything you want. Multiplayer, levels to clear, an open world to explore and still loot. You got loot. You had sets to build. You had roles that you could play of, going into the tech tree to be the healer, going into defense, and you did have missions as like dungeons and raids. Like it had its moment. It just didn't fulfill it to the next step.
Yeah. I would list, you know what?
Especially because they used 2 and moved locations. So they established that you could have 2 full maps. And it's like, okay, now another place in the world got screwed up, so now we have to go there.
Yep. That could be like their expansions, their updates.
It's so doable. Again,
The Division's another one of those games that it's not on Anthem's level as far as being bad. The Division games are good.
Yeah.
But they also are those type of games that you play them and you're immediately like, this has so much potential.
Yep. But unfortunately, it doesn't fit into the top 3 category because it has so much potential and is good.
Yeah.
And then it still has more potential above it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, $1 million.
$1 million.
And I give you great consultations.
And finally, a topic near and dear to Nate's heart.
Oh, no.
NVIDIA says GPU shortages are going to ease down in the second half of 2022.
Bullshit.
Roughly coinciding with the launch of the 4000 series.
Oh, another ungettable GPU. Because as we know, Matt, what does that entire statement read?
No for you. No soup for you.
There's 3 words. NVIDIA spouts bullshit.
Spouts bullshit. I'll tell you what. I will get a 4000 series card.
Bullshit.
And I will
now
sell you.
Now you're speaking bullshit.
I will sell you my 37 for MSRP. What I paid for it.
How about you just buy 2 4000s and I'll pay one off of you?
Okay. But then I'll have another. Well, I could sell it, I guess. Resell it.
Or just buy one and I'll pay it off of you plus $100 finder's fee.
Not at the prices they're selling at now. We'd have to both sell one of our kidneys, and then we might be able to get one.
You're selling to the wrong person.
It's true.
Got to sell to somebody a little bit more desperate. Really bleed them dry.
Bleed you dry while you're in the bathtub of ice.
Frozen in a bathtub. Anyway, it's been 7 days. What have you been up to?
Not a ton. Chilling. Watching the Book of Boba Fett. Watching the second season of Demon Slayer. Finished a book, Ghost Fleet.
Definitely thought you said the Book of Fat, by the way, for a second. And I was like, that's
just
show.
my
That's
life.
that's
That's just
show.
my life.
That's my pain. I live it every day.
Samantha started playing Halo Infinite.
Interesting.
So that's fun. She hasn't even made it out of the first level yet.
Oh.
Which is fine, because she doesn't play games that often. So she's like trying to
get used to everything.
Yep. Exactly.
Which very much is that first mission of, hey, learn how to play Halo again.
Yep. And that's about it. Nothing else, really, that I can recall. What have you been up to?
What's known in the business as same shit, different day. The old World of Warcraft. Some MLB. After the whole shenanigans of last week of complaining about it, got promoted.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I remember that now.
Got promoted.
Did you get traded?
No, I haven't gotten traded yet. I got promoted. The first game I had to play in the majors was, or the first game I played in AAA was against the Syracuse Sky Chiefs, not the Sky Chiefs, whoever they are now.
Mets.
Yeah, Syracuse Mets. Was the first game I had to play was against them, and I was
perfect.
Like, of course it is. Makes sense.
Of course.
And then
are you
not much longer after that got promoted to majors.
Okay. So who'd you play for on AAA then? What the fuck are they called?
Scranton
Row Riders? Is that what they are? Yeah.
Played for them, then went to the majors for the Yankees. Finished out the season, just mashing, doing what I do, you know.
Yeah.
Put the ball in the stands, run around the bases. Pitched a couple games. Not even close to a perfect game. Much harder in the majors.
Oh, yeah. I would hope.
Still pitched well. Just not a perfect game. Went to the offseason. We made it to the playoffs. Got knocked out in the first round.
Yeah, that's not terrible for first.
No, but it's also just par for the course for everything I've dealt with all the time playing that game. Every time I go to the playoffs and it's like, I can play well in the game, but my team's down 17-5 and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
So we're there, we lose.
I wonder if there's some weird algorithm that like the game tries to overcompensate if you perform really well.
I have no idea.
You'll
I tried performing like shit some points and it didn't fix anything.
Okay. I was gonna say that would be the experiment, but if that didn't work, then
yeah. Went into the offseason, signed a new contract with the Yankees to be the MLB starter. Skipped over spring training, simulated the whole thing. Sounds like I'm not playing spring training.
That's fair.
Opening day, I think I'm 2 or 3 games in. We opened against the Braves, and I think we're 3 games in, and I have 2 home runs and everything else. I'm like, all right, this is my year. You all may recognize.
Finally going to get that, what is it? Hall of Fame? Is that what you needed? And did you need the World Series?
Hall of Fame and World Series are the only 2 things I've never accomplished. In Hall of Fame, just because I've never played long enough to have that chance.
So you might not.
I have an MVP. I have rookie. I have batting titles. I have Cy Youngs. I have everything else. It's just the 2 things 3 things I hadn't accomplished, and one of them I accomplished last time, which was throwing a perfect game.
Yeah.
Now, I guess in theory, I need to accomplish throwing a perfect game in the majors. But otherwise, it's like a bunch of just record stuff, like break a hits record, break a home run record. But I don't know that I ever will. It's just
you know,
you know,
you just got to play long
just
enough.
Goals, yeah. play long enough and see if I can keep doing it. But the only reason I had restarted this last save was because I moved console generations.
Mm-hmm.
So now I will probably just continue this save.
And
so I'll have a much easier chance at potentially seeing one of those come true. Unless they significantly for some reason revamp the beginning that makes me want to go around it again. Otherwise, yeah. So yeah, those two things. Started playing Lara Croft Tomb Raider Shadow of.
Okay. I think is that the second one or the third one?
That's the most recent one.
Okay, third one.
Yeah.
I couldn't get through the second one. I don't know why.
I was okay with it.
Just didn't
I played 1 and 2, and then this one I was just like, yeah, it was free on Epic, so I'm using it as my waiting for raid time. Played a little bit more FM, but not much. But yeah, because I can just save at any point and then go to raid or whatever.
You have a WoW update coming.
I do. Don't know when though. That's the secret.
Is it a secret though?
My guess is next month, probably, hopefully, but I don't know if that's actually true or if they do pre-patch then and then drop it in the beginning of March. I don't really know.
Depends on the test server.
Yeah, I mean they raid tested today and yesterday more bosses on Mythic. So the way it's kind of looking is that we're looking at a mid to late February release, maybe, but
it's fair.
Who knows? And that's really it. Yeah. Watched Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, I wasn't really thrilled.
There wasn't anything spectacular about it, but it was just movie.
I didn't go in with any expectations,
and
I was still kind of left going, all right. So
yeah, I mean, for me, it was just kind of like a movie. It wasn't really I wouldn't say it was terrible. I wouldn't say it was
I wouldn't
good.
watch it again.
No, that's where I am with all movies now. I just they just don't do anything for me anymore. I feel like
I can see that. There's still a couple movies where I'm like, okay, I could watch it again. Not not right away or whatever, but if it came on again, would I watch it or would I change the channel? Basically, I would change the channel.
Yeah.
If Matrix 1 was on, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
But then,
yeah, I'd say that's a fair take.
Yep. And then otherwise, just watching sports. It's, NFL playoffs start this weekend, and
how's your gambling habit going?
Fine.
Okay.
I've only lost twice.
I'm watching you.
I've only lost twice, but I'm also not betting anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest one I have currently is $10, and that's $10 that is guaranteed to come back to me even if I lose because it was a promotional thing. So it's more just little things, flavor, nothing. I can't do the big stuff. I get too scared to even do it.
That's good.
So
good. It's I can't believe the amount of commercials.
But there are so many.
It's everything. Every commercial,
both TV, radio, any ads I'm getting on my phone or Twitter, just scrolling Twitter. Every other ad is a something sports bet. It's jeez. Yeah. By the way, call blah 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 if you have a problem. Yeah, a problem with how many ads you guys have. Shit. No wonder people get addicted. You literally throw it down their throats.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, and watching AGDQ, obviously.
Yep.
Good old speed runs. They're up probably by now around 1.7 million.
Nice.
So, moving right along. But that's all I got.
I'm good. Boring life this week.
Boring life every week. Woo, boom, got him roasted.
He ain't wrong.
All right, we'll see you guys in 7 days. Bye-bye.